Is embarrassment holding you back in life? Do you often find yourself paralyzed by the fear of what others might think of you? Do you find yourself constantly ashamed or worried about others' opinions, to the point where it stops you from doing anything? Maybe you hesitate to join conversations or avoid social gatherings altogether because you're afraid of making a mistake or being judged. That kind of fear can be one of the biggest prisons you can live in. It confines you, limits your potential, and keeps you from experiencing life to the fullest. I know this because I grew up in a strict environment where reputation was everything. My family placed immense importance on how we were perceived by others. My family emphasized that we should never bring shame upon ourselves or our family. Every action, every word was scrutinized to ensure it met the standards of societal acceptance. This mindset was so deeply ingrained in me and my siblings that we always acted in a way that would be socially acceptable. We were constantly on guard, always mindful of our behavior. But over time, I grew tired of this. I began to question whether living up to these expectations was worth the constant stress and anxiety. I realized that if I continued to live this way, I would never truly achieve anything meaningful in life. I would always be living for others, never for myself. So I decided to make a change and stop feeling embarrassed about being myself. I started embracing my true self, flaws and all. In this video, I want to share how you can do the same. I want to help you break free from the chains of embarrassment and live a life that is true to who you are. Before we dive in, let me welcome you back, Stimulating Minds, where we motivate and inspire. Let's get started. Together, we will explore practical steps and strategies to overcome embarrassment and build confidence. We will look at real-life examples and hear stories from people who have successfully navigated this journey. By the end of this video, you will have the tools and inspiration you need to start living a life free from the fear of judgment. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to transform your life. Let's embark on this journey together and discover the power of being unapologetically yourself. First, it's important to understand that shame and embarrassment are not natural states of being. We aren't born with these feelings. When we're babies, we're completely authentic and unashamed. It's only as we grow up and our parents or society imposes their beliefs on us that we start to feel embarrassed or ashamed. These beliefs are passed down through generations, creating a cycle where children learn to hide their true selves in order to be accepted by society. As a result, they become insecure, and this insecurity follows them into adulthood. But here's the truth. You were not born with shame or embarrassment. These feelings were taught to you. Now it's time to question what you truly believe and what you stand for. If what you're doing doesn't harm anyone and makes you happy, then no one has the right to make you feel ashamed. Another key step is to forgive yourself for past mistakes. This is often easier said than done, but it is a crucial part of the healing process. Forgiving yourself means acknowledging that you are human, that you are capable of making mistakes, and that you have the ability to learn and grow from them. Many of us carry shame from things we've done in the past, whether we hurt ourselves or others. This shame can be a heavy burden, weighing us down and preventing us from moving forward. It's important to recognize that holding on to this shame does not serve us. Instead, it keeps us trapped in a cycle of self-blame and regret. If you've learned from those mistakes and have genuinely changed, it's okay to acknowledge that you're no longer the person you once were. Growth and change are part of the human experience. Embrace the person you have become and let go of the person you used to be. This doesn't mean forgetting your past, but rather, it means accepting it as a part of your journey. Holding on to past guilt only sabotages your present and future. It prevents you from fully experiencing the joys and opportunities that life has to offer. By letting go of guilt, you free yourself to live in the present and to create a future that is not defined by your past mistakes. Remember, the past no longer exists. There's nothing you can do to change it. What you can change is your perspective on it. Instead of seeing your past mistakes as failures, view them as lessons that have shaped you into the person you are today. Each mistake has taught you something valuable, and each lesson has contributed to your growth. What matters is what you choose to do now. Your actions in the present are what define you, not the mistakes of your past. Focus on making positive choices and taking steps towards your goals. Each day is a new opportunity to be the best version of yourself. At some point, you have to let your brain move on from constantly replaying past mistakes and traumas. This can be challenging, especially if those memories are deeply ingrained. However, through practices like mindfulness and meditation, you can train your brain to focus on the present moment and to let go of the past. If you don't, Your body and mind will remain stuck in a state of depression, even if your circumstances have changed. It's like being trapped in a time loop, where you keep reliving the same painful experiences over and over again. Breaking free from this loop requires conscious effort and a commitment to healing. I learned this the hard way. For years, I was haunted by my past mistakes. I couldn't forgive myself, and as a result, I was unable to move forward. It wasn't until I made the decision to let go of my guilt and to embrace my growth that I was able to find peace. Even after healing from major traumas, I found myself still feeling depressed because I was so focused on my past. It was as if my mind was stuck in a loop, constantly replaying the same painful memories. It took time and effort, but eventually, I learned to shift my focus to the present and to let go of the past. Your brain believes you're still in that traumatic state if you keep revisiting it, which keeps you trapped in a cycle of sadness. This is why it's so important to break the habit of dwelling on past mistakes. Instead, focus on the present and on the positive changes you've made in your life. Own your mistakes and embrace them. They are a part of your story, but they do not define you. By accepting your past, you can move forward with confidence and self-compassion. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. What matters is how you respond to them and what you learn from them. If someone tries to shame you for something you did, simply acknowledge it and remind them and yourself that you've changed and evolved. You are not the same person you were when you made those mistakes. You have grown, learned, and become a better version of yourself. When you take ownership of your actions, no one else can hold them over you. By acknowledging your mistakes and showing that you have learned from them, you take away the power that others might try to wield over you. You become the author of your own story, and you decide how it is told. You have the power to decide how you feel about yourself. Your self-worth is not determined by your past mistakes, but by your present actions and your commitment to growth. Embrace your journey, forgive yourself, and move forward with confidence and self-love. Understand that shame is like living in a prison controlled by others' minds. It's a heavy burden that weighs you down, making you feel trapped and isolated. This prison is not made of physical bars, but of the invisible chains of societal expectations and judgments. You become a puppet, easily manipulated by their opinions and judgments. Every move you make is dictated by what others think, leaving you with little room to express your true self. It's a life of constant performance, where you're always on stage, trying to meet the expectations of an audience that never seems satisfied. But why give others that power? Why allow them to dictate your happiness and self-worth? Breaking free from these chains is not just an act of rebellion, it's an act of self-love and self-respect. It's about reclaiming your life and living it on your own terms. Often people who try to bring you down see something in you that they lack in themselves. Their jealousy and envy are reflections of their own insecurities. They project their fears and doubts onto you because they see in you what they wish they had. Recognizing this can be empowering, as it shifts the focus from their negativity to your strengths. Once you recognize your own worth and power, you become unstoppable. You start to see yourself not through the lens of others' opinions, but through the lens of your own potential and capabilities. This self-awareness fuels your confidence and drives you to achieve your goals, no matter how daunting they may seem. Imagine reaching old age and realizing you lived your entire life for others, never truly being yourself. The regret of not having lived authentically can be overwhelming. It's a sobering thought that reminds us of the importance of living a life true to ourselves, rather than one dictated by the expectations of others. Time flies, and those same people whose opinions you value so much will eventually be gone. The fleeting nature of time makes it clear that we should prioritize our own happiness and fulfillment. The opinions of others are temporary, but the impact of living authentically lasts a lifetime. So why not live for yourself? Embrace the activities and passions that bring you joy, regardless of what others might think. When you live for yourself, you find a sense of freedom and contentment that is unmatched. It's about finding happiness in the simple, everyday moments and cherishing them. People are flawed and imperfect, so trying to impress them by portraying a perfect image is pointless. Everyone has their own struggles and insecurities, and no one is truly perfect. Embracing your imperfections and being honest about who you are is far more powerful than trying to maintain a facade. Everyone has their quirks and weird behaviors which are perfectly normal. These quirks are what make us unique and interesting. They add color and texture to our lives, making us who we are. Embracing these quirks can lead to deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Don't lower yourself to impress those who are miserable themselves. People who are unhappy with their own lives often try to bring others down to their level. By staying true to yourself and not succumbing to their negativity, you maintain your integrity and self-respect. Miserable people will always try to bring others down, but you don't have to let them pull you into their darkness. Their negativity is a reflection of their own inner turmoil, not a reflection of your worth. By distancing yourself from their toxic influence, you protect your own mental and emotional well-being. Remember, people can switch sides quickly. One moment they might be your biggest critics, and the next, they could be your biggest supporters. Their opinions are fickle and ever-changing, so basing your self-worth on their approval is a losing game. They might laugh at you now, but once you succeed, they'll be the first to claim they knew you all along. Success has a way of changing people's perceptions. Those who doubted you will suddenly want to be associated with your achievements. It's a reminder that your worth is not determined by others' opinions but by your own perseverance and hard work. Stop trying to be liked by everyone. It's an impossible task that only leads to frustration and disappointment. Instead, focus on being true to yourself and building genuine connections with those who appreciate you for who you are. Whether people think you're smart or not, beautiful or not, those are just opinions, not facts. Everyone has their own biases and perspectives, and their opinions are shaped by their own experiences and insecurities. What truly matters is how you see yourself and the value you place on your own qualities. What matters is how you feel about yourself. Self-love and self-acceptance are the foundations of a fulfilling life. When you love and accept yourself, you radiate confidence and attract positive energy into your life. When you constantly seek validation from others, you start to lose trust in yourself. You become dependent on external approval, which can be fleeting and unreliable. Building self-trust means listening to your own intuition and making decisions based on what feels right for you. You become dependent on their opinions and forget how to make decisions on your own. This dependency can lead to a lack of confidence and a sense of helplessness. Reclaiming your decision-making power is a crucial step towards living authentically, but you do know what's best for you, and you should trust yourself to make the final decision. Your inner wisdom and intuition are powerful guides that can lead you towards a fulfilling and authentic life. Trusting yourself means honoring your own needs and desires, even when they go against the expectations of others. You deserve all the good things you want in life simply because you're alive. Your worth is inherent and not dependent on external achievements or validation. Embracing this truth allows you to pursue your dreams with confidence and joy. Don't buy into the lie that you're supposed to struggle. Life is not meant to be a constant battle. While challenges are inevitable, they are not the defining feature of your existence. You have the power to create a life filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. Life doesn't have to be a constant battle. It can be a journey of growth, discovery, and joy. By focusing on what brings you happiness and fulfillment, you can create a life that feels meaningful and rewarding. If you find yourself struggling to maintain something, a relationship, a job, then it might not be meant for you. Sometimes, letting go of what no longer serves you is the best way to make room for what truly aligns with your values and desires. What's truly meant for you will align with you naturally. When you're in alignment with your true self, things tend to fall into place more easily. You attract opportunities and relationships that resonate with your authentic self, leading to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Finally, realize that shame is a fearful emotion that keeps you stuck. It's a barrier that prevents you from reaching your full potential. By confronting and overcoming shame, you free yourself to pursue your dreams and live authentically. Those who are unafraid to be themselves, who aren't ashamed, often achieve the most in life. Their confidence and authenticity attract success and opportunities. They inspire others by showing that it's possible to live a fulfilling life without compromising who you are. You'll see them online, living their best lives while others laugh at them. But their success is a testament to the power of authenticity. They've embraced who they are and pursued their passions, regardless of what others think. But guess what? They're laughing from their mansions because they weren't afraid to pursue their dreams. Their success is a result of their courage to be themselves and follow their own path. It's a reminder that living authentically can lead to incredible rewards. Live your life for yourself, not for others. Pursue your passions, follow your dreams, and create a life that feels true to you. When you live authentically, you attract the right people and opportunities into your life. You are good enough now, just as you are. You don't need to change or improve to be worthy of love and happiness. Embrace who you are and celebrate your unique qualities. Don't wait for some imaginary future state of perfection to start living. Life is happening now, and you have everything you need to make the most of it. Start where you are, with what you have, and take steps towards your dreams. Take what you have, be who you are, and create the best life you can, starting now. Every small step you take towards living authentically brings you closer to a life of fulfillment and joy. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped. Remember, you have the power to live authentically and create a life that feels true to you. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye for now.